What unexpected connection does Shou have to the Resident Evil films? Which actor was a big influence in wrestler Mick Foley's career? And what does Linden Ashby think of the new movie? Hi, I'm Dylan. Let's make this a flawless victory. Shou. He might have portrayed Liu Kang on screen, but behind it, Robin was just as influential as he helped shape and craft the fight sequences to make them even better. He became so beloved in the franchise that he returned for the sequel, Annihilation, before going on to star in a host of other big Hollywood productions. At one point, he even jumped ship to the enemy and appeared in Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, but we'll try to forget about that one. His strong work ethic and great personality have kept him busy throughout the years, and he revealed that he's still close friends with Mortal Kombat co-star Linden Ashby and director Paul Anderson to this day. In fact, his relationship with the latter helped bring him into the fold of Resident Evil: Retribution. While he didn't star in the movie, he was responsible for training Mila Jovovich and getting her fight ready to battle those pesky zombies. And much like in Mortal Kombat, it's obvious that his influence impacted the overall action scenes, because they're far better than the previous entries in the series. Even now at the age of 60, Robin is still in terrific shape and would make actors a third of his age blush. Maybe he and Ludi Lin should have a showdown to see who truly is the best and most ripped Liu Kang of all time. Bridgette Wilson. Funny story, Bridgette auditioned for the part of Sonya Blade several times, but due to the lengthy casting process, she chose to do another film instead, and the role went to Cameron Diaz. When Cameron broke her wrist while training, however, Bridgette happily took the spot since she'd wrapped up filming on Billy Madison with Adam Sandler. And the rest, as they say, is history. But that was all she wrote for Bridgette's time in the Mortal Kombat universe as well, since she declined to return as Sonya in Annihilation, choosing to do I Know What You Did Last Summer instead. The actress continued to appear in a few movies and TV shows such as Frasier and CSI Miami after that, but her career slowed down after meeting and marrying tennis star Pete Sampras. The couple have 2 children and live a quiet life, both being unofficially retired. And here's the clincher, they're both still under the age of 50. Who wouldn't want to retire at such a young age and just enjoy the best years of your life? Maybe Bridgette and Pete are onto something here, don't you think? Christopher Lambert. At the time of its filming, Christopher was the biggest star in Mortal Kombat, but he's also been described as nothing but a gentleman throughout the production, actually paying for the rap party and agreeing to do extra scenes at no charge. Despite the goodwill between all parties, Christopher declined to return for the sequel Annihilation because he didn't like the script. In retrospect, it probably was the best decision he ever made because, well, this. The good news is, his career hasn't slowed down at all because of it. He still remains active in TV and film, both in English and French productions. It's just testament to his ability and star power that he's still in demand after 40 years in the game. However, Christopher has also expanded his repertoire by becoming a novelist and a businessman dealing in mineral water, food production plants, and even wine. While he'll undoubtedly be remembered for his role in Highlander, there's no doubt that he made quite the impression as the Thunder God Raiden, and featured some of the most quotable lines from the movie. Talisa Soto. Prior to Mortal Kombat, Talisa's biggest role had been as a Bond girl in License to Kill. However, as Kitana, she endeared herself to a legion of fans who still regard her as the quintessential princess of Outworld. Talisa reprised her role as Kitana in the sequel Annihilation, and also took on the titular role of Vampirella in the film adaptation of the comic book series. What fans don't know, though, was that Talisa was quickly approaching retirement in Hollywood. She met actor Benjamin Bratt on the set of Pinheiro, and the two quickly fell in love. It wasn't too long before they tied the knot and Talisa gave birth to the first of their 2 children. After this, Talisa quietly retreated from the movie business, focusing on being a mother and wife. However, she did return to star in La Mission, which was a film directed by her brother-in-law. For the most part, though, Talisa has taken herself out of the limelight and decided that family is what's most important to her, and you can't argue with that. At the same time, she'll always be remembered for being the first person to bring Kitana to life on the big screen. Francois Petty. Before being cast as the Ice Warrior Sub-Zero in the Mortal Kombat film, Francois was a renowned dancer and world-class martial artist who'd actually been a prisoner of war and suffered paralysis earlier in his life. But through his sheer will and unrelenting determination, he made a full recovery and went on to achieve the highest rank in ninjutsu. Now that's some guts of steel right there. But after his performance in Mortal Kombat, he decided to take his gifts in a different direction, becoming a trainer and therapist for wrestlers in the WWE, utilizing his skills and learnings from around around the globe, he made a sizable and unforgettable impact in the sports entertainment organization. In fact, Mick Foley even wrote about him in his autobiography, mentioning how he helped him immensely. Francois' adventures didn't stop there though, as he moved to Korea to improve his skills and even opened a martial arts school in Spain. And if that isn't impressive enough, just know that he also trained the likes of The Rock and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Honestly, what hasn't Francois done at this point? Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa. There's no one quite as synonymous with their part as Cary is with Shang Tsung. He might have met his demise as the evil sorcerer in the '95 film, but he's become so beloved by the fans that he's returned to play the character both in the Legacy web series and even recently in Mortal Kombat 11. Yet, despite being recognized as Shang Tsung, Cary's career spans across multiple franchises and huge blockbusters. He's appeared in Tekken, The Phantom, Planet of the Apes, Pearl Harbor, and even Baywatch. In his personal life, Cary prefers to keep it exactly that, personal. He's been married to his wife Sally since 1984, and together they have 3 children. Cary does keep quite active on Twitter, retweeting and engaging fans. In fact, many have been telling him how he'll always be their favorite Shang Tsung of all time. Gracious as ever, Cary thanks them for their comments, but emphasizes that acting isn't a competition. Hey, at least he doesn't respond with this.
Your soul is mine.
Trevor Goddard. For Trevor, Mortal Kombat was a pretty big deal. He'd popped up in shows and movies sporadically since the early 90s until the video game adaptation changed his life forever. After his star-making turn as Kano, he was in hot demand in the industry. Heck, his performance even influenced the evolution of the villainous character in the video game series, as the Black Dragon member became Australian just like Trevor was. Arguably, Trevor's biggest role after Mortal Kombat was as Lieutenant Commander Brumby, one of the lead characters in Jag, and he appeared in over 40 episodes. Talk about a substantial run, right? But Trevor also got a chance to taste some Hollywood success, as he was cast in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. Sadly, this proved to be one of the last productions he worked on, as he passed away in June 2003 at the age of 40. The circumstances surrounding his death were deeply tragic, as he was in the middle of a divorce and turned to substances to numb the pain. Even though Trevor is gone, his legacy as Kano will always live on. It isn't too hard to see that Josh Lawson drew inspiration from Trevor for his performance in the reboot. Chris Casamassa. When you talk about serious martial artists, Chris's name should appear on any list. He's a 4-time national forms champion, 2-time national weapons winner, and also one of the top 5 rated middleweight fighters. Oh, and he's also the son of martial arts guru Louis D. Casamassa and the current president of the Red Dragon Karate Schools. Sheesh, he's like a real-life scorpion. Though it was his turn as the Ninja Spectre that truly catapulted him into the upper echelons of Hollywood. Not only did he reprise the role in the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV series, but he also played George Clooney's stunt double in the Batman and Robin movie. Since then, he's found healthy and consistent work as a stuntman on productions like Blade, Walker Texas Ranger, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, to name just a few. But that's not all. Apart from his movie career, he's found the time to make a name for himself as a successful businessman, mentor, and key speaker. So when he actually says, "Get over here!" it's because he's trying to help you. Linden Ashby. Here's Johnny. Well, actually Linden, but to many fans, he'll always be Johnny Cage. So much so that the audience was extremely disappointed that he didn't return for Annihilation. Linden did actually get offered the role in the sequel, but after seeing how Johnny would be killed off in the opening minutes and the emphasis on special effects over story, he passed on the opportunity. For years after, there were talks of the original Mortal Kombat cast coming back for another movie, with Linden even confirming he was all in for it and talks were ongoing. But sadly, that never went anywhere, as another MK movie took over 2 decades to make. For Linden though, he didn't let it stop him, continuing to have a successful acting career both in TV and film. He's gone on to appear in the likes of Melrose Place, Resident Evil Extinction, and Teen Wolf, which he starred in alongside his wife Susan, though he still holds a special place in his heart for the franchise. Speaking about the new Mortal Kombat film to the production meeting, Linden revealed that he was happy that Mortal Kombat was getting another chance after it had been mismanaged in the past. He added, "Somebody was talking to me and they were like, 'Do you wish you were in it and whatnot?' And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, of course I do. But you know, it wouldn't be right if Sean Connery was in Daniel Craig's James Bond." But with the Mortal Kombat reboot becoming an unmitigated success, there's a good chance that the old guard like Linden could return and make cameos. Which star would you like to see come back again, and which part would you like them to play in the sequel? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome!